Hi Hayley.
Hi, I'm Hayley and Rowan's going to help me do my video discussing the points that have been sent. So the first one.
Summarise two recognised learning theories and explain their relevance to Forest School programme.
So the first one I'm going to discuss is Maslow's hierarchical theory, and this links to Forest School because it's about the Forest School practitioners ensuring that the participants' basic needs are met, and they have to be met such as the shelter, their warmth, which links to being provided with the right clothing, and then making sure that they have plenty of food and drink available when they need it. And when them are all sorted, and the correct shelter as well, depending on what the weather's like, when all them are correct, then the participants will be able to develop. And you have to go through certain stages so that they can reach self-actualisation and be happy, content, and be able to extend their own learning. And another approach and theory is Bruner's. I find this one quite important to the Forest School because it's all about scaffolding and the Forest School practitioners' ability to be able to observe the children, know that where the development stage is, and then how to extend their learning through scaffolding. So it could be modelling a different way to do something, it could be injecting a new structure of language, it could be showing them a new skill or a new tool to use, and then also giving them the opportunity to consolidate that learning at their own time. So for example, it might be showing them how to use a bow saw to make like a woodland bench, but then the participants, the children, become confident in that skill and want to make their own model, an aeroplane or something using a bow saw. But because you've scaffolded their skill and you've consolidated with them, then they're more than capable to do that.
Outline the concept of holistic development.
So holistic development, that is a key point for Forest School. It's all about the participants and children developing in a full manner. So rather than just looking at one aspect of learning, it's the whole person, the whole child is developing, such as you use the SPICES model, so you get your spiritual, physical, intellectual, communication and emotional development. All them come together and enable the participant to develop. Next one.
Explain ways in which Forest School fosters resilient, confident, independent and creative learners.
So Forest School helps foster these attributes by allowing the participants and children to be engaged and develop at their own speed with as little or as less support as is needed, but through their interests. So for example, I've observed a couple of children using a hammock after we'd modelled how to get in it correctly and safely. They had to go, I scaffolded that and helped them so that they could do it independently, and then that child showed another child how to do it, and so they passed on them skills. The children then were playing with it, taking turns in it, and then they were using it as a swing, so they were being creative and resilient and using the resources in a different way, but that was following their own interest and their own learning.
Explain how holistic development is facilitated through Forest School.
Holistic development is key to everything that we do at Forest School. So examples of things that I've done are around snack time. It's providing everyone with that opportunity to engage with communication while we're eating, sharing food, sitting warm around a fire, just having that happy, safe space really for everyone to engage with. Also things like when we go on a woodland walk, it gives the children the opportunity to explore on their own or explore as part of a group. Also provides opportunities for children of different ages to interact and develop their communication skills. The younger children learn to pick up language from the older children. The older children have to differentiate their language down so that the children are picking up keywords. it also helps with their creativity, having sometimes a mixed age group or having a child which is particularly creative shows and shares their ideas with the rest of the group. Also, they're having developing holistically also enables the children to share ideas and bounce off each other's ideas and come to an agreement. If someone wants to do something and someone doesn't, how are we going to come to that agreement? What skills are they going to need? And that's when a forest school practitioner can come in and help model any conflict that arises, any ways of sorting it out.
Explain how forest school promotes self-esteem and emotional intelligence.
Forest school promotes self-esteem and emotional intelligence by allowing participants, allowing children time to be themselves, time to have that space and that time to test their boundaries, to take risks, to be strong independent learners. It helps them build their connection with nature and their environment around them. It helps them develop their understanding of the world, and the forest school practitioner is there to scaffold and facilitate it. We're not there to direct them into what they should be doing. We're there to help build creative and critical thinkers and enable them to follow their own interests and help them along their journeys.
Explain how learning and development through play has been implemented during own forest school programme.
I'm a big believer in learning through play, and through my own forest school programme I've always made sure that there's plenty of time for children just to do what they want to do, whether it's looking for bugs, just having a walk, listening to birds, making bird feeders. I take a bag of tricks, which is like wool, scissors, bit of bird food, some lard, and a couple of tubs. And then, as and when the opportunities arise, I can help facilitate their learning and help them progress on to the next steps. A lot of the ones that I've worked with have been younger children, so it's all about instilling the language with them and modelling what language they need and looking at similarities and differences.
Explain the role of the forest school programme leader in promoting learning and development.
The role of forest school leader in promoting learning and development is to observe, to do lots of observation, watch the children play, and then decide when is an appropriate time to scaffold their learning onto the next steps. You have to have an understanding of where the child's development is to help them do that, and you have to be confident in your own skills to know what you can do to facilitate them onto their next level of learning, such as introducing a tool, introducing a knot, a different way of cooking. You need to be secure as a forest school practitioner in your own skills so that you can pass them on to the people that you're working with. Thank you.